everybody, and welcome back for another day of Farlandiversary. I usually say episode of or Journey to the Farlands, but it is a day of Farlandiversary. Hopefully, one of the last. I feel like this whole anniversary thing has kind of stayed its welcome, but I do want to try and conclude it, with a few marathons and such. So today won't be the last day. It's still gonna go on another few days or so, but I imagine I won't drag it on too much further. Maybe another year I'll do a longer one, but I feel like I'm kind of out of gas on the a lot of things. I'm starting to finish everything off, which is nice. It's actually a good time to be finishing everything off because I'm about to get a whole lot busier next week. So yeah, I've already talked about it, all the time, so I don't really need to reiterate. But yeah, things are gonna get a whole lot different. But it's good. It kind of all lined up pretty nicely. Me finishing my single player Subnautica playthrough, which I'll probably be doing this week. Silver Age kind of, well, it's not over, but me and Devin are gonna be wrapping that up. Well, at least the current stage of Silver Age. I've already talked about it last episode, or last commentary anyway. Which has been a few days, I should also mention. That's my, my one thing I need to do every episode that I talk in, because I feel like it's always a few days apart from each other, so yeah, it has been a while. I had a good weekend. Nice, relaxing weekend. Took a bit of a time away from things and just disconnected for a bit. It's always nice to not have to worry about everything for once. It's good to just tune everything out and just take a step back, which I think this week I'll still try and keep doing that a little bit, but I want to keep everything going regardless. Life moves, time moves forward, marches forward and whatnot. But yeah, I'm back in the world after a few days, and it's great. It's always good to come back. Which is, like I've said before, it's just probably my favorite Minecraft world, easily. So it's a pleasure to come back to it. I'm sure even after I'm at the Farlands and whatnot, it'll still be just a real charm of a world. Just because of how long it's been around and stuff. Which is a little bit into 2 years now. Almost 10 days into 2 years. Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah, right about. Tomorrow it'll be 2 years, 10 days. That's pretty wild. And I can't wait to return to normal episodes, although that'll probably still be a little ways off. I think it'd be nice to kind of break the old era and the new era, so I guess I'll keep the Farlandiversary going until the end of the week. And then I'll switch back to normal episodes. That sounds like a good idea. I should have plenty of time this week. I don't have really many days off. But I guess I have the weekend. I have the middle of the week. So I'm really hoping to get some long episodes out. End this Farlandiversary with a bang. That would be really nice. They'll kind of get the ball rolling, and then just before it completely plateaus. I'm sure the series will plateau like it's never plateaued before, but I'm gonna try and keep the series running and everything. It'll be kind of, I think, when I say Here Be Dragons before, I think there was even the episode called that of Journey. I think this is well and truly the embodiment of that. It's gonna be coming up, but guess I'll have to see. I will continue to make commentaries and stuff and talk about it a little bit as time goes on. But yes, regardless, it is good to be back. and listening to C418 and 13-year-old Minecraft. At least a 13-year-old Minecraft version. But yes. What do I want to talk about today? That was kind of the first big thing, first big hurdle. I forgot to make a backup. Goodness, I usually try to make backups on this world, but I forgot to. I'm bad with backups. Oh my gosh! If I don't have like a clear like point, like when I played The Sims 2, I'd do it whenever I was done a round, or even like the Odd Family. If I was gonna know, or if I knew I was gonna leave the game for a while, I would kind of make a backup. But Journey and Newcraft, I feel like I should be making backups way more often. And I tried to make like reminders and stuff, but I've fallen behind on them. Maybe I'll try and recommit to that, because I think that's just a general good rule of thumb with a lot of computer stuff in general, is making backups of things in case things go tits out. I do that for Better Than Adventure, which is a weird one to do backups for, because it's only like 30 minutes of progress each episode, whereas Journey to the Farlands is like hours in each episode, sometimes, mostly. So that questionable logic, of course, but I guess I'm more cognizant of it for that world, because I guess it already happened. Although it's already happened for Journey as well, where the lack of backup caused an issue at one point or another, but whatever. I think my last backup's from not too long ago anyway. I do it kind of every few streams, if I can remember. But yeah, the frequency of backups is not really that big of a deal. It only really comes in handy if, like I said, things just go sideways. Saves having to do all manner of things that I don't really like to do in Minecraft worlds. But anywho, I'm hoping to just not have to worry about any of that technical stuff. I can't really do anything about, like the power outage. I guess I could have reverted to a backup, but it wasn't really that big of a deal. I'm gonna have to go get some more diamonds. I might even do that. Oh, I'm gonna run out of diamonds pretty soon. I'll have to gather some. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow or today. We'll see how I feel. Go do some good old diamond mining and get everything back up. I might even just wait until I'm completely out of diamonds. I don't think I've actually done this before, where I actually have ran out of diamonds on a natural course and went mining for them again. Usually if I go mining for diamonds, it's because I already lost a huge stash of them. So I feel like this is probably one of the first times I've actually, at least in a long time, that I've gone through my diamonds naturally. I know in the beginning I did, but in between then and now, it's been a bit of a rocky path, losing my stuff through deaths and world deletion and all sorts of things. A whole plethora of things, or myriad, whatever one floats your boat. But yeah, it's been really good though in this world. I have not died in a while. I've been taking a lot of damage and making a lot of gaffes and things, but at least that's better than falling off a cliff or whatever. Taking the full set of damage. But that is that. I gotta do another Better Than Adventure episode as well. I'm thinking of doing that tomorrow, but we'll see how I feel. Going to the dentist, so we'll see how I feel after the dentist appointment, if I feel like it, or maybe even tomorrow night if I can fit it in. I've got a busy next few days for work and just general stuff, so might be a bit touch and go. I've decided, I think I mentioned it before in Journey that I was going to do one episode of Better Than Adventure a week, but I haven't mentioned it in this series, so maybe I'll do that in the next episode, if I can try and remember that. And Silver Age, of course, is one every week, I think, again. Might even push it to once every 2 weeks. But I'm not sure if I'm willing to do that. That might be nicer. I've discussed that. Oh, what was that other thing I wanted to talk about? I just thought of it while I was talking about that whole scheduling thing. Damn. Slipped my mind. And it looks like I need to do a hidey hole. Well, guess I'll make another little thing of diamond boots here. I guess once that armor breaks, I'll be needing to go get some more diamonds. That'll probably be before the end of the week. What was the other thing? I wanted to do a one-off stream pretty soon. I'm a little bit late to the party of playing Shapes 2, the game Shapes. But I do want to play that game. I played the original quite a while ago, years ago. I think maybe even. Yeah, it's been a long time. Quite a few years ago, I played the original on the .io website, and it was just, when it was just a demo. You actually had to buy the game and stuff, and I was really into the game. It's a factory building game. Well, it's kind of a very minimalist thing where you're making shapes and trying to cut them into different pieces and dye them and merge things and all the like. But I really liked that game, and I ended up buying it, and I played that quite a bit. I never really returned to it, unfortunately. I feel like it would have been a cool game to actually have sought through a little bit. Although back then I didn't really. I just kind of played games to play them, and never really considered playing them through. But I'm kind of in that spirit now. Well, I doubt I'd actually be able to complete the second game, but at least want to give it a shot. So I might do that on stream. Do some maybe the tutorial or whatever. However you get introduced to the game. It looks a lot different from the first. I think I'll like it. Some of the new mechanics and stuff. Seems very similar, but I mean, if you got something that ain't broke in certain areas, then you don't really have to fix it. But I'll kind of get my first impressions of that on stream, which I think will be cool. So maybe at some point soon I'll do that whenever I feel like mustering up the money to buy it. I just kind of feel generally like wanting to do it. I actually was going to do that today, but I don't really feel like it. Especially getting home later. I got home later today, so I didn't really have much time to, hum and haw about things. So I was just like, I'm just gonna do Journey, and that's what I'm doing. All reliable. The thing that I'm gonna do for a little while. I try to do every day. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna try to do it every once in a while. Yeah. For a little while. It's funny because I've already done it for a little while. 2 years, if you count that as a little while. Oh. And I did get back into Newcraft a while back. I mentioned this, but I did play again, and I've gotten the plan started on my house. I'm hoping to do another episode whenever I feel like working on the house. I'm gonna try and do. Oh yeah, I think I've had this discussion of trying to do more frequent episodes. I'm getting like deja vu thinking about it, so yeah, I probably mentioned it last time I talked, but I'm looking forward to that. It's a fun server. Maybe not my favorite, but it is, it does. I don't have to get the favoritism going for that because it's a lot of fun. It's a multiplayer Minecraft, and there's nothing else like it. Like Journey, well, even while being my favorite world, is, I feel like Minecraft with friends is a lot more cool. It just so happens to be that Newcraft is a bit touch and go at times. So I don't really feel super exhilarated to play it all the time. Unlike Journey, I feel like if Journey wasn't around, maybe Newcraft would stand a bit more of a chance. Although I don't know if that's just wishful thinking, because I don't want Journey to just go away because it's a very important thing. But I can't help but wonder a little bit. But I think there's a few things that go into Newcraft kind of being a little bit strange for me lately. But I'll get around to it when I get around to it, that kind of thing. I'm taking it a lot more loosely than I usually would. Letting nature run its course a little bit. And when I get back into it, I'm going to try and really get into it and not really have to deal with departing from it for too long a while after that. But until then, I'm just going to hang out. Got a nice chill week planned. Nice chill week. It should be good. Oh yeah, Cal. Yeah, it is. One thing I did realize was how, I guess it's not crazy to believe that a year has passed since, like a year ago, I felt like I was having the same conversation. Well, not this one, but, the one about things getting busy now, because I was very aware of it even like 1-2 years ago. But it's definitely strange that the last year was a whole year. Like, it just didn't feel like it. I guess because I spent a lot of that time just working and not really, I guess part of it was in school, but it was kind of, it was weird. The journey, of course, took a bit of a dive after Farlandiversary last year, and I'm sure history will repeat itself as always. I'm sure even going into the future that'll be the case, but I don't know. Well, I'm kind of cognizant of the last year. It's just wild that a whole year has gone by regardless. So, well, I was gonna say it felt like yesterday, but it did feel like a year ago that I don't even know where I was around this time with the journey. I guess maybe I'd already gone back to the normal episodes, or maybe I was still on Farlandiversary. I'm not sure. I think it ended a while back. Well, I mean it did, but like in terms of like the month of August, I feel like it ended a little ways after the anniversary itself, which this year, of course, has gone quite a while after, but last year was also 14 days of the anniversary, which kind of, it had a nice starting point, me coming back from a trip, and then an ending point of wrapping up an outpost. And this time I don't really have an outpost. I guess I could wrap it up on that diamond mine, though, whenever I get around to that. That'd be good, because I could probably make it out until like a marathon. And then do the mining outpost, and then maybe do a few more marathons, and that's like the big finish. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. And I've talked about a lot of my series and stuff. Last episode, actually, in fact. Last commentary. I talked a lot about some new series and stuff that I want to do. And I don't know if I talked about this one in particular. I might have, but I don't remember it, so I'm going to talk about it again, if I did. But Better Than Adventure. I'm doing good with it. I want to keep doing it, but here's the rub. I want to move on to Mango Pack. Maybe not soon, but I want to kind of wrap up my current projects on Better Than Adventure, see where I'm at, see if I want to continue this series, what you guys come up with for me to do. And if I feel like continuing it, I will. But I might end up segmenting that series and maybe coming back to it later, or just leaving it where it is, wherever I'm at with it at that time that I've done everything. And maybe do a Mango Pack series again at some point soon. Which, if you don't know Mango Packs, a beta 1.7.3 mod or mod pack, as it were, that it's kind of like Feed the Beast, I guess, a little bit. It's like a kitchen sink mod pack, which is kind of just a little bit of everything in terms of mods. So I do want to try and redo that again, because I did do a series on it a long time ago, about a year ago actually. And that series ended with my airship crashing and burning, and then, you know, the hard drive that world was on crashing and burning. I kind of let go of the world anyway after that. I was debating coming back to it, but I just never really felt up to it after the airship incident. But I'm definitely willing to come back to it now. Let history repeat itself again. And, well, maybe not the airship part, but at least go back to Mango Pack and give it a new lease on life. That might be an idea. I definitely feel like this is the first time I've mentioned this, so yeah, that might be in the cards coming soon. Let's see where I'm at in the coming weeks. But yeah, see where Better Than Adventure goes and all that. It could go on for a longer period of time, but I just don't really know if Better Than Adventure is gonna make it super far for me. It's been a lot of fun, and it's gotten a lot of good attention, but I don't know. I don't really think I went into it thinking it would be, you know, a crazy series, a crazy long or crazy viewership series, which it is crazy viewership. That has proven me wrong. Although I kind of go into stuff kind of expecting any outcome. But no, that was a certain surprise to behold, for sure. I got pleasantly surprised by that series, regardless of my thoughts going into it. But it's kind of, I've mentioned it to Devin in passing, that it's kind of plateaued a little bit for me. Like I say, it's fun, it is. And when I do play it for a while, I really get into it, but it's kind of one of those things. But I guess I could say the same about Silver Age and Journey. The spunk of things starts to wear off after a while. The kind of novelty. Oh, I hear a skeleton after me. I heard those bones wrestling. Let me try and gate these skellies. God, the bow sound. I wonder if that's a part of the sound fix. Okay, I shouldn't be asking these questions. I need to get myself a hidey hole here. You stay away. Wherever you are. I don't see you, and I don't want to see you. Gonna hide out here. Hopefully there's nothing that can spawn near me. Don't want to get a nightmare. Oh, beta nightmares. And I think in the past I've considered doing like a beta series, but I don't really want to. If it's not like Better Than Adventure or Mango Pack or that kind of thing, like something a bit more novel, then I don't really need to do it because I'm playing beta right here, you know? I don't need to do anything more. Maybe if it was part of something greater, like I said, like a mod or a play, like a series or an SMP or something that had a bit of a spin on it, like Minecraft Through Time or a beta Minecraft SMP. But I don't really imagine playing beta. I don't even know if I've tried that before. Just hopping in a beta world for a series. I think I've done that on my own accord, but I never came back to it because I think I'm having all the fun in beta Minecraft in this, you know, that I would in any odd, you know, any normal single player beta world. So yeah, without that kind of spin of novelty, it doesn't really make sense to be playing beta when I could just be doing Journey to the Farlands. But yeah, new 100,000. I completely forgot to mention that. That was today. I got very close to it last episode. A bit of a cliffhanger. Will I reach the next 100,000? Well, of course I will, but I did today. It's nice. But that just means that I'm even closer to the Farlands. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's coming. Might take me a long time to do that, but one day I'll actually be like, wow, that crazy Minecraft player actually did it. AKA myself. I don't know why I don't know why I'd refer to myself as a crazy Minecraft player, but you know what? Don't question it. Oh, my boat's gonna hit the shore, isn't it? You better not. Well, it did hit the shore, but it didn't explode, which is nice. I'm glad that you're reserving the spontaneity of beta boats. Yeah, we'll explode into a million pieces in a minute. Man, it would be kind of cool to wrap this up on an actual outpost. I did consider that, but I don't really want to do another outpost, especially this close to the end of summer. If I would have done one, I would have done one around the anniversary and wrapped up Farlandiversary then. Maybe that would have been a nice, more organic ending point. But you know what? The most organic ending point to me now is Saturday this week, or even Sunday next week. It feels like a while though. Like a whole another week of Farlandiversary. Can you guys stomach that? I mean, it doesn't really matter. I guess it's either Farlandiversary or just back to 367. Which is wild that there's a whole 40 episodes that I did here that are just not numbered. It's alright, it's alright. I've made this bed, so now I'm gonna lie in it. This whole bed of Farlandiversary and megasodes and stuff. Although I haven't done a megasode in a while, and I don't really imagine I'll be doing another one. It was just it's kind of a mini version of this Farlandiversary thing, where I do like a multi-part thing. Except they're actually like, how does it even work? I don't even remember. I guess it's like a more formal way compared to the usual thing where an episode just gets broken because of my internet reconnecting. But yeah, it's just a more reconciled thing of that, like that. But I haven't had to do it in a long time. Like I did a bunch of them really close to each other in the beginning of the world, and then I never touched that whole concept again. And I don't think I'm gonna go back to it. I really don't. Same minisodes are a little bit different. I kind of just enjoy doing tinkering in outside of Journey of the Farlands stuff, or it's related, but it's kind of straddling a little bit. Like the one where I did it in I think a testing world, where I died and it sent me back to spawn. I was like, oh my god, I think that was around newer fangled bed technology with the whole torch thing. I won't go into that though. I've talked about it plenty. But yeah, and then the most recent minisode was, the one I just did, tinkering with spawn. The whole spawn chunk discovery, which I guess that was in Farlandiversary, which felt like forever ago. Ow! Oh my god! So talk about fumbling earlier. Here I go doing it now. Imagine. Yeah. Oh, wild. And like I said, I'm actually wrapping up my single player Subnautica playthrough. And that'll be coming to the channel. Well, not that exact single player playthrough, but a Subnautica playthrough is going to be coming to the channel. A bit of a twist. I mentioned it last time. The whole Devin and me playing Subnautica, which will be coming in October. So watch out for that, if that sounds interesting. But yeah, in my current save, I'm working on finishing my final base, which I didn't actually think that I'd be building another base. This is my I guess, fourth base, because technically the life pod is your first base in Subnautica, although it's, I guess my final base now is technically the third player built base. My second base was in the grassy plateaus. It was kind of a setup base. I guess I did a temporary one in the safe shallows, but then I realized I should probably move my base out of the safe shallows if I'm going to get a Cyclops at some point. And I found a nicer spot for it anyway. I was like, oh, that's a much cooler spot. It's closer to the Crab Snake Cave. You know, all these really cool spots right nearby. It's not my favorite biome, the grassy plateaus, but it was nice for early game. And then soon after that, I set up camp in the Blood Kelp. I know, quite the shift. But that was around the point that I got my prawn and stuff and Cyclops. And so, you know, right after the first base, I kind of start outgrowing it the second that when I docked my Cyclops to my starter base, it was just tanking. Although I was just functioning off of thermal plants and solar panels at that point. But that was a fun base anyway. The second base in the Blood Kelp was a little bit different. Well, it was also fun, but that took a lot more time to work out. And I set that up in, I think, the northern Blood Kelp, which is the one where there's a ghost Leviathan going around nearby. Although it's a little ways off. It was a little ways off of my base, luckily. But that was cool. I built a nice symmetrical base using the large rooms that are in, or that came in the Living Large update for Subnautica, which is cool. I haven't really played around with those in the game because I didn't play the game since that update came out, or even since before that. So it was cool to play around with some of the quality of life features, like the battery display. That way you could see the actual charge as like kind of like the green bar or whatever going around the circular icon, which was cool. And it went down, of course, and whatnot, as you'd expect with battery operated tools. And what else? The blueprints. Oh, the blueprints are really nice. They were it made things a lot easier to work with. But yeah, that base was cool. I even expanded the base and did a scanner room down in kind of near the Lost River entrance there. So I could get some quartz and stuff and all that. All the beautiful materials you can get in the Blood Kelp. And yeah, I really enjoyed that base while I was there. And I thought that was actually going to be my last base. You know, I was imagining that being the big, grandiose base, but lo and behold, my to-do list had other things going on. I didn't get around to some of my to-do list stuff, although I'm still not done the save, I guess. But I am reserving some of the stuff for the Subnautica playthrough with Devin, so you're gonna have to wait and see what I get up to in that if you do end up checking that out, which I think would be fun. But I mean, that's a few months from now anyway, so it'll be kind of this will be kind of a bygone. But no, I got plenty of plans. But my last plan of that world was to do a Lost River aquarium, and that's what I did. I scouted out a bunch of base locations and stuff across the map, and I was like, ooh, cool. A lot of cool spots. I'm not going to say which ones they were in case I end up doing them in the playthrough. But yeah, a lot of various biomes, challenging ones, like the lava zone. And, you know, barren ones, like the dunes. I thought there were a lot of cool choices for, like, Leviathan-based bases, which I'm a bit of a daredevil when it comes to that game and the various sea monsters and stuff that you can come across. I think they're really cool. I mean, it's terrifying, but it's amazing. But yeah, the final base was in the Lost River, and I had a few places scouted out, and I ended up landing on the Lost River, kind of near the entrance of the Cove Tree, which is that big old Ghost Leviathan egg tree thing. And it was a really cool spot. I was building it around a sea dragon skeleton. And I got a little bit disturbed while I was building my base by a Ghost Leviathan. Yeah, there was one down the Lost River, or at least in the entrance there, going down. I remember I had encountered it from when I was in the Blood Kelp, which actually that was right, right down below my old base, not too far away. But yeah, it was kind of a bad spot to put my base because I wanted Lost River access, but little did I realize that the access I had was through like a bunch of like branches and things blocking the way. And there was a Ghost Leviathan in there that followed me into the Lost River. And lo and behold, that Ghost Leviathan was the one that ended up tormenting me as I was building my base. And I was debating moving my base to the other side of the Lost River where I had thought, like near the entrance of the Bulb Zone, or the Koosh Zone. I was going to do it there as a backup, or even by the Garg. I was going to do it by like the huge skeleton in the main open area, but I realized that being near a Ghost Leviathan and the modded Leviathan that I had, the Blaza, was not going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, I just ended up killing the Ghost Leviathan by my base. At first I tried using what was it? I think just a stasis and I think the prawn. I think I was using a stasis and the prawn suit, the drill arm. And then I switched to a stasis and a knife. I think the stasis and a knife killed it. Although the punching it with the prawn was also pretty good. I don't remember which one finished it off, whether it was the thermal knife or the thermal blade or the prawn, but both are pretty good at killing Leviathans. I usually don't do that because there's no real fun in it. I guess apart from the novelty of saying that you can actually you actually killed a Leviathan. But I enjoy the game's kind of intention of you having to avoid the Leviathans instead of killing them. Kind of reminds you of like the Warden, where it's kind of like a trophy thing to kill, and it's not really necessary. So I guess I can see the novelty of that in Subnautica as well, and I did, I guess, when I killed that ghost. But that was threatening my base. I had to take it out. It kept roaring whenever I went outside my base. Or I guess it kind of does. They kind of do like a screeching noise, and they try to kill you. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked with this discussion. But yeah, that final base is cool. I'm still working on it, kind of doing the final touches on interior decorating and stuff. I might even do a quick stream just showing off all my bases and stuff and talking about what I'm going to do going into the new series. Well, at least, talking about that. That might be cool. I also want to do Below Zero, but I don't know if I'll get around to that until after the Subnautica series or not, because will it be a lot of fun to do it sooner than later? I feel like starting that as I'm going into school, I don't know. We'll see. I might do it, but depends when I finish Subnautica and where I'm at. But yeah. But yeah. And I just gotta build the rocket. The Neptune rocket, I think is what it's called. And set off back into space and wrap up the game. So that'll be cool. Looking forward to doing that. Doing the time capsule and whatnot. But yeah. Subnautica's been a lot of fun to play. I haven't played too many other games. That's kind of the main game I've been playing, apart from Minecraft. It's rare to see me playing another game, especially this often. I guess the last one would have been Universim. I guess as consistently as I played this. I did do Factorial for a little while, but I never actually beat the game. I wish I did, although I might just save that for another time. I think when Devin brought up doing a series, I kind of dropped my whole thing of playing it, so it might end up just becoming a series in the future with Devin. So, guess we'll see what happens with that. I'm looking forward to coming back to that game, because that was a lot of fun, and I want to play it with the aliens. They're going to be an absolute pest, but I'm going to love it. It's going to be a lovely time. Beautiful, beautiful time dealing with all the bug insectoid things that go after your base in Factorio, trying to defend yourself in your base. But yeah, a lot of fun game stuff. I don't got much else to say on Journey and whatnot, but I'm looking forward to wrapping up this Farlandiversary thing. As fun as it is doing this anniversary thing, reminiscing, looking back on the past, I feel like I've done enough reminiscing. The only further bit of reminiscing I could do is the screenshot episode, and I'm gonna wait to do that until maybe next year or whenever I feel like going through hundreds of screenshots and organizing them and renaming them and all this. Yeah, I've already started that, and I was just like, I'm only doing little bits at a time. It's just like clearing out emails and stuff. It's just something that you don't enjoy doing that you kind of got to do. Well, I don't have to do the journey thing, but I probably want to be able to go do an episode of looking through them. We'll see if I muster up the motivation to get that done. That would be certainly an interesting episode. It'd be kind of like episodic extravaganza, but I'd actually be able to show a lot of cool stuff from times past and even the era before this series, where there's that like 2 months there. The infamous 2 months that I can't stop mentioning. Although I really, it's something pertinent. You know, people ask about it. Or, you know, if ever people ever are like, oh, you never talked about the beginning, or you know, that kind of thing. And even though I doubt anyone will ever say that, I've got the hard truth that I actually did talk about it a lot, and I'm very open about the series. So when people are like, oh, you know, I can back things up and say that, you know, I was always kind of open about things in my philosophy and such. That is always the case. Is I'm trying to be as authentic and open about things as I can, without just, you know, going into the personal realm. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to wrap up the commentary after today. It'd be a good point to wrap it up. Getting tired. Had a long day. I did do a commentary just before leaving, like the day before, or 2 days before, I guess. But I felt like doing another one just to talk about the weekend and stuff. Well, I guess I didn't talk too much about the weekend, but it was just kind of a relaxation thing, going out camping and stuff. So I don't got much to say on that. But I am looking forward to this last week here. The kind of end of the era where I kind of know I'm going to be entering a new chapter of things. So yeah, I'm just going to enjoy life here on the fringe. No screenshot today. I should take a screenshot of something I think is pretty. I hadn't even thought of that. I might have walked through something I think that was cool. It all kind of melds together, I realize. Like, looking back on the episode today, I don't remember much. Although I guess I was just focusing on talking. I just didn't really think about the terrain. Well, that mound over there is, you know, comparing the two mounds, I like that one more. You're gonna get the good old thumbnail treatment, because I don't want to have to just do an auto-generated one like I did for one of the last episodes that I did. There we go. There's one. Maybe I'll keep going and see if I can find a nicer spot. I thought that'd be nicer going over, but no. I think I got my winner. At least from like 45 minutes of an episode. That's pretty decent. Like I said, I probably may have walked through some cool stuff already, but memory does not serve. And it did not serve to take a screenshot when I did encounter something like that, if I did. But a lot of ifs and whiffs and enough of that nonsense. I think that's about time to wrap up the episode and get on with a little bit of no commentary action after today. Well, it's a nice good old return to Journey after a few days away. But yeah, that's the end of the episode. A beautiful little commentary here. Yeah, thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Alrighty, goodbye.